Hey everyone, in today's Blender tutorial, we are going to create this adorable astronaut robot standing on a colorful little planet. We'll model the robot from scratch, add materials, create the planet and decorations, animate everything, add line art effects, and finally render the animation for YouTube or social media. Whether you're a beginner or just looking for a fun project to practice with, this tutorial is a great way to learn modeling, materials, animation, grease pencil, and rendering all in one project. Start by adding a cube and scaling it to create the robot's body. Go into edit mode and add a few loop cuts using Ctrl R. Use bevels and scaling to shape the torso and create a slightly rounded belly area. Scale down the top section of the cube to create the neck. Next, select the top face of the body, press Shift S and choose cursor to select it. Add a UV sphere for the astronaut helmet. Add a torus around the neck to create the suit ring. For the arms, select the side face near the top of the body and place the 3D cursor there. Add a cylinder and rotate it into position. Extrude the top faces of the cylinder and rotate them slightly to form the upper arm connected to the body. Extrude the bottom faces to create the forearm and hand. To round the bottom of the hand, use the Inset tool with I, then scale the new face slightly. Add a loop cut near the wrist area. Select the lower section and scale it down to create a sleeve-like shape. You can add another small scale adjustment around the sleeve line to create a subtle suit detail. Once one arm is finished, select part of it and press Ctrl L to select the entire arm. Duplicate it with Shift D, then use Mirror from the Mesh menu to create the opposite arm. For the legs, move to the lower body. Use the knife tool with K while holding Shift to make a centered cut between the legs. Swivel the cut and separate the leg sections. Extrude both sides downward to create the legs. Add loop cuts and use scaling and extrusion to create simple robotic knees. Select the bottom faces of the feet, inset them, move them slightly, and scale them to give the feet a little volume. For the backpack, select the face on the back of the body, place the cursor there, and add another cube. Scale it into shape and bevel the top and bottom edges to make it look more interesting. For the chest controls, place the cursor on the front of the suit and add a cube. Then add a circle, fill it with F, extrude it, inset it, and extrude inward to create button details. To add helmet details, select faces on the sides of the helmet and extrude them outward. Finally, place the cursor at the center of the helmet and add another sphere for the glass visor. Now let's organize our materials. Open the Material Properties tab and create several material slots using the plus icon. We'll create materials for glass, body, backpack, other too. The reason we're using multiple material slots is so different parts of the model can have different colors and shaders while still remaining a single object. In edit mode, select each section of the model. You can use Ctrl L to quickly select connected geometry. Assign each section to the correct material slot using the Assign button. Once everything is assigned, switch back to Object mode and adjust the colors and settings for each material. Select the astronaut and place the 3D cursor at its position. Add a UV sphere and scale it up to create the planet. Go into edit mode and select random faces around the planet. Extrude them slightly and immediately scale them inward to create stylized surface details. Back in object mode, enable shade smooth and add a subdivision surface modifier. Now place the cursor at the center of the planet and add a torus for the planet ring. Apply shade smooth and a subdivision surface modifier to the ring as well. Switch to sculpt mode and use the grab brush, preferably with a strength around 1, to create organic bends and imperfections in the ring. After that, assign materials to both the planet and its ring. Keep in mind that the final image may look slightly different from the video because some materials were improved after recording. Add another sphere. In edit mode, extrude parts of the sphere to create stylized tree shapes. Apply shade smooth and assign materials. Place several copies around the planet to make the environment feel more alive. You can create additional materials with different colors by pressing new material. If you want more variety, use sculpt mode with the grab brush to reshape the trees. Add a new material called face. Select the robot and enter edit mode. Place the cursor on the front of the helmet. Add 2 circles for the eyes. For the mouth, add a torus. Delete half of it and fill the open ends with F. Assign all facial elements to the face material slot. Switch to render view. Delete the default light. Add a sunlight above the character. Then add an area light in front of the robot to brighten the face and the body. Press numpad 0 to enter camera view. Open the side panel with N and enable camera to view. Add a grease pencil line art object. Select the astronaut as the source object and apply the settings shown on the screen. Create another line art object for the planet. Add a noise modifier to both line art objects to create hand-drawn effects. Next, add a blank grease pencil object. Switch to draw mode and sketch planets, stars, doodles, or any background elements you'd like. Back in object mode, add a noise modifier to these drawings as well. Select the robot and enter edit mode. Choose one arm and use Ctrl+ to select the entire limb. Rotate it backward. Do the opposite for the other arm. Repeat the process for the legs to create a simple walking pose. Return to object mode. In the shape keys panel, press the plus button twice. The first key remains the basis shape. Select the second shape key and enter edit mode. Move the arms and legs into the opposite walking pose. Back in object mode, enable auto keying. At frame 0, insert the keyframe using location, rotation, and scale. Move to frame 20 and set the shape key value to 1. Press spacebar and you'll see the robot taking a step. Duplicate the keyframes using Shift D and place them farther down the timeline to create a continuous walking cycle. For head movement, create additional shape keys. Rotate the head slightly left for one key and right for another. Animate the values, create the subtle head turning motion. Reduce the end frame value until the animation loops seamlessly. Select all the trees first, then the planet last. Press Ctrl J to join them together. For the ring, insert the rotation keyframe at frame 0. Move to the final frame and rotate it 316 degrees on the Z axis. For the planet itself, do the same but rotate it 316 degrees on the Y-axis in the opposite direction. If the planet intersects with the robot at any point, simply adjust its scale until it looks right. Select the robot's line art object. Scroll down to the bake section. First, click Clear Baked Line Art All, then click Bake Line Art All. This updates the line art for the final animation. Add another area light on the left side of the character. Add a second area light on the right side. Place an additional sunlight behind the robot for a nice rim light effect. Select the background doodles. Add a glow effect to make them stand out. Create another blank grease pencil object for extra background details. Apply both noise and glow effects. Finally, add a plane behind everything and scale it up. Apply a magic texture to create a colorful abstract background. In the Output Properties panel, choose a save location. Render the animation. Once all frames are finished, open a new Blender file and choose Video Editing. Press Shift A and select Image Sequence. Open the folder containing the rendered frames. Press A to select everything and import them. Adjust the end frame if necessary. Finally, go to Render and choose Render Animation to export the final video as an MP4 file. And that's it! We create a complete astronaut robot scene from scratch, added materials, built a stylized planet, animated everything and finished it with line art and visual effects. If you enjoyed this tutorial or learned something new, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps support future tutorials and let me know you'd like to see more Blender content. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.